Hello. It's Prince Easy. What's up, world? What's up, Zion? And as usual, I do have a couple of slides that I want to share with you, right? And mostly it's gonna be about gaslighting, right? Gaslighting, or rather, an effort to psychologically push an entity towards a predetermined, right? A predetermined conclusion, right? So, sometimes I say maybe I didn't take a lot of time to I don't know, examine the so-called world system, but all I can tell you is this, right? As far as I've gone and explored, it's mostly nonsense. It's mostly nonsense, right? So now you know where that statement came from, right? The other one that I covered last time from my guy here, right? I will attach a video in the description of this video. Hope I remember. I will remember. And later on, we shall talk about said video, right? Like in-depth type situation. Yeah? So, after they are now learning that they have been led astray all this time, and every clue that exists or resides in the scriptures, literally, that's the only book. That's the only book, right? If you look at what they call quantum physics and whatnot, that's more in the line of supernatural sciences. And unfortunately, apparatuses, is that what they're called, have their limits, so to speak, right? Because we use apparatuses to observe phenomenon using other apparatuses, right? Our eyes are not perfect, our instruments are not perfect. So what does that make, right? Do two wrongs make a right? I don't know, right? But that's the situation, right? This is some pro-gaslighting right here, right? They done put Trump in a chicken costume. This is you dirty dogs, right? Well, I have a solution to this whole situation here. Literally, you literally said here, right? You said that the Russian economy thrives during war. So what is the best way to defeat such an economy? Stop the war. Pure and evil, right? That's gonna surely put an end to the Russians. Please, right? Because I don't see him starting no wars. And besides, I feel like you're more like projecting, right? The Wall Street Journal here is projecting, right? But if we look at the contributing by percent, right? That contribute to the economy by percent, it's gonna tell a different story, really, by percent and by country or region rather. Who is propped up by warfare. Who survives on war? Who survives on war? Literally survives on war. This is the fine example of this whole situation, right? So this Prince Eric here, right? No relation. He is the one that came out here and was talking about we gotta go there into Africa and colonize Africa, basically. Take it by force, right? Because the migration crisis is all because of the incompetency of the African leadership, right? That's a view even shared by some Africans, if you believe me, you. Right? There are some Africans that literally just were talking about it was better during those times of colonialism, right? The things were better during those times, you know. These are the things that, you know, they keep saying, right? But again, right, I do believe that they are not good students of history whatsoever. That's why they can come out here and say such a proclaim rather such a statement. What's good? This Labubu here is not cute, brothers and sisters. This is not cute. This is demonic. Just like every big trend that you see out there has to do something with rituals. It has to do something with rituals. It has to do something with rituals. Even the so-called crate challenge, right? It was a ritual, brothers and sisters, right? The ice cold challenge, right? It wasn't a movement for, I don't know, I've forgotten the disease. On the surface, it's like that, but no, it's a ritual, right? It's a ritual. People think now it's bad, right? Wait until this kicks in, right? And it's being tested, so I hear, right? So if they predict you're gonna rob a bank, then they're gonna take measures before you rob the said bank. Now I don't know what that will do to the law, but hey, who am I? Oh, kama kawaida. Right? I don't know what that will do to the law, but hey, who am I to say? I'm not a lawyer, right? Talking about being caught red-handed and all, right? What will we call it this time, right? Caught white-handed or something, right? Emphasis on the caught. Right? This is just another slippery slope that they will use to suppress or oppress the divergence, the people who divert from the pre-programmed, the predetermined conclusion of this whole story here, brothers and sisters, right? Well, what's their business model then? The business model is diseases, right? Just like which company that recently came out here, Honda, if I'm not mistaken, right? Honda, in their new advanced vehicles, has a loophole, so to speak, that could be exploited and basically making the vehicle not safe, right? Or rather, not secure, right? And they are charging people to fix the bug. So they are changing their models of business, brothers and sisters, right? Like I said, right, the pinnacle of capitalism is slavery, and we are gonna see that, right? Because they're gonna take and take and take, and there is none to take. Then they're gonna lend, and then you're not gonna be able to pay back, say, and that will lead to, right? I'm not talking about a national level, right? People be concerned about national level and all of this, right? But again, that's the predetermined conclusion of this system that we have here going on, right? And they are focused on shaping what is to come. So are we, right? We welcome the inevitable end of this situation. So, game on, so to speak. Icing on the cake, you know, I just had to come out here with these statements, right? I just had to, right? They are so. This is this is the this is that gaslighting pro max on action right here, right? Anyway, I didn't plan to stay here for long, so let me put a pin on it right there. Prince Easy signing out. Love you. Bye.